The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Tennessee Titans. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And we are underway from Cincinnati. This fielded at the 2.
We got this. On the return, the Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. First down, Titans, gain of 12. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A second down run with Lewis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Mariota to Lewis on the draw. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. One.
They're indeed going. It's Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Here we go.
At the 41-yard line.
From the 41, Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines They're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the penalty certainly helps him out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Mariota now, eluding the pressure right. This one caught by Davis. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
From the 44, Mariota into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd down, Bernard. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On the draw, here's Bernard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here comes Humphries on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Titan football.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mariota gives to Henry. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the Titans First down.
A first down carry for Henry. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Push him back. Push him back.
On second down now. It's Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Mariota hands to Henry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, it's Lewis. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
It's now 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's going to go for a big play downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They begin with Henry. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight. Scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Passing. It's Dalton. He completes it to Tate. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 42.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A draw play. Bernard. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's our time. It's our time. Undercrush.
They'll run again with Bernard. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The end zone, way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Mariota going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And a busy night for Henry continues. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's... And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Derrick Henry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Again, it's Henry. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Brett Kern now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first. And look at this, another fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Darquez Denard there to make the tackle.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Check, 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 check.
From midfield here, Dalton. And Eifert has it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. They were Super Bowl opponents twice in the 80s, and they're back at it here. The Bengals and Niners are underway. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Squeeze, double.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Dalton. And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
Check.
Dalton here from the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line, I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And they work this out past the 25. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Alex Erickson. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Dalton gives to Bernard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Dalton, he's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now it's Breida, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Garoppolo gives to Breida, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He's going to loft one. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it here with Bernard. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a third down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. With that incompletion, we step league-wide for a second. I want to discuss Saquon Barkley's injury. Obviously, that hurts the Giants, who are having a quarterback change. And, look, Daniel Jones looked good, but they're going to need Saquon Barkley in that backfield.
In a big way, not just as a runner, obviously, but his ability to catch the ball in the backfield, make plays in open space. 4 to 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Horrible news, not just for the Giants, but how about fantasy football teams? All right, if you got Saquon Barkley, many of you selected him at number 1 in your draft. Now he's going to be out for a decent portion of the season.
You better hit your waiver wire and get Wayne Gallman quickly. Garoppolo, he's going to give this to Breida on the draw. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. This is Breida on the draw, and this one goes nowhere. 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best...
And look at this. It's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Andy Dalton going to stay on the field. They're going to try and go for it on fourth down.
Here we go again. Here we go.
They'll try to pass on fourth down. Dalton under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Niners on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On first down, Coleman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 2nd and 13, Garoppolo. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
Watch the run.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They run for it with Breida. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Coming to you.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
I hope you brought your lunch, because I'm about to take you to school.
3rd down from the gun. Dalton into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Charles, with that incompletion, I want to step back for a second, just talk about the quarterbacks this year. It's an interesting stat that you and I were looking at before the game. 40 quarterbacks have been used in the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, most in the Super Bowl era. Some injuries and then just some changes at QB.
Yeah, and 20 of the starting quarterbacks this past Sunday under the age of 27. But what I like about what I'm seeing, despite the injuries, retirements, guys being unable to play, I'm seeing these youngsters and backups come in and play well in a lot of cases. Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville is taking charge there. They got their first win. Kyle Allen, 4 touchdown passes for Carolina in relief of Cam Newton. They got their first win. Going into week 3, the collective quarterback rating for the season, 94.0, which was the highest at that stage of the season in a long time in the NFL. So
blitz coming, and down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
Wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky, because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Dalton hovering near the goal line. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw here, Dalton. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
On the return, it's James. Too shabby. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. Black 80!
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. They run with Breida, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
This is Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Here's Breida. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Now a give to Breida. And they'll get this down to the 10.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. On the handoff, this is Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. You're keeping hope alive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Lead.
56. Down to lose 1.
Now a carry for Bernard. And an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
A draw play. Bernard down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the draw, here's Bernard. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try on fourth. Here's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. DeForest Buckner, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll start on the ground with Breida. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
First down, 49ers.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, 80!
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.